Journal, going clear back to the beginning of the 1900s, that at that time there were physicians in England suggesting that they were seeing problems where people's consumption of sugar was increasing, and at that point the average amount of sugar consumed was 6 pounds a year. 6. Today it's over 150. So if they were finding problems with 6 pounds, imagine the problems with 150 pounds. Here is the latest on that. And by the way, after the debate, which was a highly contentious debate, as we were going down in the elevator, I said to Dr. Whalen, I said, look, would you be interested in looking at the studies that I have? I'd be happy to give them to you. And she says, no. That was at the door open. She just, boom, went out of there. And she has a right to her opinion, but we have a right to the facts. Here's the latest. From John Finkel from Life Extension, it says, quote, excess sugar may shorten your lifespan. In a recent study published in the journal PLOS Genetics, scientists from the University of Montreal discovered that when glucose, that's your sugar, was reduced in a yeast cell's diet, their lifespan increased. Biochemistry professor Roach and his students used yeast cells in the study because their aging process is similar to those of human cells. As part of the study, they confirmed that after removing the gene of a glucose sensor from the yeast cell, the lifespan was the same as for those of the glucose-restricted diet. The removal of the glucose sensor's gene showed that cells without the ability to consume glucose as an energy source are still receptive to the aging characteristics of glucose. Quote, thanks to this study, the link between the rise in age-related diseases and the overconsumption of sugar in today's diet is clearer. Our research opens the door to new therapeutic strategies for fighting age-related disease, unquote. Now, in lay language, here's what this means. You have a phenomenon in the body that is called glycation. Glycation, G-L-Y-C-A-T-I-O-N, glycation. Now, what this means is, let's say that you have a piece of bread, and you have some meat on it. You have a sandwich. Well, the protein from the meat and the carbohydrate, which breaks down into simple sugars from the bread, creates end products causing glycation. You speed up, literally, the aging of the cell. You brown the cell. Visualize putting a chicken that's plump and moist into an oven at 400 degrees, and 2 hours later you take it out and it's brown and the skin on it is leathery and cracking. That's glycation. Glycation is when proteins and sugars in the body create destructive structures. In effect, they brown your cells. They age your cells. That's what sugar does. That's what meat does. French fries will do that. A bagel will do that. A donut will do it. So it's a cumulative process. Over a period of time, you end up with your cell becoming aged, and glycation shortens the telomere, shortens the chromosome, and so the division is quicker. It's like watching your life on a screen, and it goes into fast forward, but it means you're watching your life speeded up. We want to slow it down, and by eating sugar, you speed up the aging of the cell. By taking in fresh fruits and vegetables and juices, you slow it down. By taking in L-carnosine, for all the vegans, in supplemental form, about 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams a day, you're protecting the DNA, you're protecting the chromosomes, you're protecting the telomeres that are the end caps of those chromosomes. So you want to take the supplements and the food and the juices and the green tea, which slows down glycation, prevents glycation. But the average American is doing everything possible that speeds up glycation because what we eat. Coffee speeds it up. Sugary diet speeds it up. That's what this means. But again, it's another one of the dozens and dozens of studies showing the danger of sugar as we consume it in our diet. And finally, reduced vitamin E level linked with poor quality of life in those over the age of 50. And this is a British Journal of Nutrition, and it says for men and women who are not getting enough vitamin E, that there's a correlation between vitamin E and interleukin-6 and lower tryptophan levels, which means, quote, the present findings document a clear association between vitamin E levels and inflammatory pathways in aging individuals. So it works this way. Vitamin E is one of the single most important nutrients you can take in for your heart, your arteries, your brain. It's trapping free radicals. It is terrific. Last night a man came over to me who has been doing very, very well. He's in full remission with energy and muscle mass returning after being in decline with multiple sclerosis. He is on a protocol from a year ago on one of the 5 groups. We had multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, dementia, and ALS. And he was in that group, and he came up last night, and I have him taking a lot of resveratrol. Here's the latest, and this is for him, and it's for everyone else who knows anyone with multiple sclerosis. First and foremost, get all your mercury fillings out. The mercury, the silver mercury, it's actually not silver, it's mercury. 52% of a silver filling is mercury, and it leaches into the brain. It's very damaging. Here's the latest on this. Quote, a review published in the Alcoholism Clinical and Experimental Research summarizes the health-promoting effects of resveratrol, polyphenol compound found in red grapes, wine, and other foods. The breadth of benefits is remarkable. Cancer prevention, protection of the heart and brain from damage, reducing age-related diseases such as inflammation, reversing diabetes and obesity, and many more. And it says, quote, it sounds contradictory that a single compound, resveratrol, can benefit the heart by preventing damage to cells, yet prevent cancer by causing cell death. The most likely explanation for this still to be rigorously proved in many organs is that low concentrations activate survival mechanisms of cells, while high concentrations turn on the built-in death signal in those cells. So they're finding that there are multiple benefits, including to the central nervous system. And that means the myelin sheath, and that means helping people who have musculoskeletal conditions like multiple sclerosis. And finally, tart cherry juice relieves excess pain from exercise. Quote, tart cherry juice relieves pain after exercise among both healthy runners and patients with fibromyalgia, according to 2 presentations at the current American College of Sports Medicine. Cherries are known to have antioxidants and anti-inflammatory effects. And that's good. I'm Gary Knoll. Back in a moment with our commentary, and very important commentary at that. Please stay with us.